Friends, today we're going to do a very simple, very quick and easy speed paint. You can do this at home, and I'll grab some other speed painty stuff. It's really amazing time in miniatures, guys. We've got a whole lot of variety of miniatures now that we can partake of. We got our Nolgers line. We've got our D&D, the board game line. And we've got, and this is the most exciting one right here. Companies out of nowhere coming up with stuff like this. You've also got your Reaper minis. And this is a beautiful thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint this illithid right here. This not illithid, right? Air quoted. It's not an illithid, right? And these are the official Nolgers illithids, and they're not my favorite. Not my favorite at all. This one being the least goofy looking of the pair, but still goofy nonetheless. This is much more in line with what I think of when I think illithid. Now, the only grievance I would have, and it's not even real, it would be the size. Because Sur 4 scale here, there we go, says we're in the ballpark, and then you get these goofy Nolgers joints. And my problem with them isn't the size, it's the sculpt. Still not 100% sure what we were thinking there. Anyway, that's fine. Maybe that's what illithids are like now in D&D land. So we're gonna do a speed paint. We're gonna do Alien Purple and Beholder Purple. Okay, for the skin. We're gonna do our main cloak in a red, or the cape. We'll do the main cloak in black and orc skin, and then we'll do the cape in red. Or we could even so many choices. I'll let you guys know when I decide on the color scheme. And then on the inside, let's do aqua, just because it's fun. So we'll do the Target paint aqua, and then the high Master Series paints by Reaper tropical aqua. I don't know how that's going to look, but it's going to be fun to find out, huh? And then the eyes, we can do... we'll do the eyes in zombie flesh and then lighten them with the orc skin. Yep. Okay, so let's start this show. Yay. Yeah, painting fun, painting goodness. So first thing we'll do is we'll coat our mini with our lovely, lovely tried and true technique, right? Of priming it. And how do we prime it? Well, I guess we could use some of that great, hold that thought, I gotta go find it. Here it is, found it. Gesso, acrylic gesso we're going with, yay. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that and then we'll get started. Anyway, nothing rocket sciencey about this step. It really is this simple. Thin it out with water. Put a very light coat with full coverage on the whole mini. This is not rocket science, guys. And I used the gesso from Walmart and it works great. Never had a problem. Now you might have a preferred brand or whatever, and that's great. I'm happy for you. You know, I got no problem with you having a particular brand you like. I want you to use only the stuff you like, okay? But I'm using Walmart brand gesso, and we're done. That is it. I just gotta let it dry, guys. Our next step will be to use Army Painter's Quick Shade Dark Tone. This will allow us to pick out our details that we wish to make poppy poppy. It's going to allow us to see what the model is, as opposed to what do we wish it is. Also, it's going to tone down that really light color we've suddenly turned this thing to. Now, we could do a zenithal prime on this. That is definitely an option. But as I said, this is going to be a speed paint, so I don't know that a zenithal prime is in order, as that kind of defeats the whole... Well, you know, it really doesn't, because it doesn't take long to do, does it? It doesn't take long to do a zenithal prime. We might just do it. Alright, here we go. Make sure you spread it out, guys. Don't let it pool up. And, you know, it's nice to have the model shaded from the word Jump Street. and it lets you really pick out some details especially when your time is of the essence. You're trying to save as much time as possible. Every little trick is going to help. Believe me. Alright, we'll let that dry and then we'll move on to the next. I don't know if I mentioned it, but this set of models is really cool. This is a halfling or gnome necromancer. I mean, that's just awesome, isn't it? And, I mean, kobold riding a drake? Anyone? Come along, Amaryllis. And the set even has a Goliath, guys. Goliath. Our first paint will be Alien Purple from the Army Painter series. We will use this for the skin portions of the model. Illithids are very interesting creatures. They come from the far realm or farscape, a world outside of our world. And they quickly found great success in the multiverse. They were able to conquer large swaths of it and enslave the beings that lived there. These creatures are very alien to us. They don't think like we think. They don't act like we act. They do not have the same wants, needs, or desires. They do not have our morality. They do not share kinship with us. They don't even really regard us as anything other than chattel. We are for them but either thralls or food. And that is the extent of our relationship with them. They have no need for us. They have no want for our company or care. They are on another level in intellect to most of us, and quite honestly, they're even in that they're alien to the way we think, because everything's part of the collective. Everything is part of the group, the community. In the community, in order for them to reproduce, has to take sentient beings and make them their vessel for their tadpoles. And a parasite then takes hold of the body, takes it over, and you get an illithid. Now, there's different types of illithids. There's even illithids who break the norms and actually begin to search for answers in the realm of normal prime material beings. But these become, they're outcasts. They are untouchables. They are hunted down by other illithids. Arcane, any illithid that goes, because a real illithid seeks only psionic power. Yeah, they find their power within their own brilliance and control of their bodies, not not outside forces like Arcana. Anyway, this concludes the skin first coat. While we wait for that to dry, we're going to do a coat of black. Yep, matte black by the Army Painter. The Army Painter paints. We're going to do a coat of all the blackness. And what I've decided for this color scheme is we're going to do a red and black. We're going to have black here over the top, right? And then we're going to have a red on the inside of the pattern. The arms, we might do a totally different color. Maybe that orc skin we talked about. And then the inside of the cape we'll do in red. Then we'll go back to black out here on the edges. And then back to red here in the center. So that'll give us a little breakup of the black. But if you were really wanting to speed paint this model, you could just go crazy with the black. I see a red door, and I want to paint it black. No colors anymore. I want them to turn black. I see the other illithids walk by, dressed in their fancy cloaks. I have to turn my head. Or, well, I do a psionic blast and see who is mightier before I go for a fun trip on the astral plane. Hopefully to hunt for Githyanki runaways. Or maybe they're hunting for me. Ooh, what a tangled web we weave. When an illithid we be. Alright. Yes, you see that? That's all we're doing, guys. No rocket science here. Speed painting. We want this character to look diabolical. And black and red are just an amazing color scheme for diabolical. I've always said that. You want to make sure you get a full coat. You don't want any of these recesses to be showing off your old primer. No. We need the full Monty here. But you do have to be somewhat careful with black. Black can be a fickle mistress. Amazing in the shadows, quite a bother if you get it up too high. As, well, it takes several coats to cover it. So once you go black, you don't easily come back. So it's not a color you're just gonna slop around. This one you're gonna be careful where it goes, or at least mindful. Alright. For example, I wouldn't want to get any black on my purple areas here. I'd want to err on the side of purple. Because I can always come in with a fine-tooth comb and fix anything. As long as I don't get the black on it. Alright. There we go, guys. And I'm just we're gonna call this the end of the first video, I think. Yeah. We are gonna call this video number 1. Thanks for watching, and get ready for some more speed painting tips in video number 2.